yards on that pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here's Purdy.
Flush to his right.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted. Taking it away at almost every turn.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Jackson to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and is
taking it right down Broadway. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Quality coverage that time to slow down has been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown. 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. His second touchdown tonight. And the 49ers have come back to make it a 2-point game. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Jackson now. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Dumps it off to Edwards. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long.
That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end.
They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Aguilar in motion left. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And now here is another interception. Isaiah Harvard with the INT. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
2nd down and 8.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They go play action here. Purdy.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are right back in this football game.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On second down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Jackson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Fred Warner, and the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I like the call there, because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, my goodness! They were in field goal range, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Arthur Mallett. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Oh, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
Yeah, I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about add gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Jackson.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, the faithful in full war here in Santa Clara. This is third down. Jackson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Throwing. Jackson.
He'll buy some time right. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This to almost certainly win the football game. Tucker's kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy.
He's going to let it fly.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. 4 seconds to go. This is likely it. Purdy with one final shot here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
This ball intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.